Here we have Coral Bay Villas. There are actually, let's see, 7 units here. There's 6 one-bedroom units and 1 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom unit. One of the one-bedroom units, I think it's unit 2, is for sale. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. It's $299,000, approximately 750 square feet. Next door, we have a private property, but I understand that this is going to be a house with 3 casitas. So a person that bought this property will have their own house, and then they can rent out the casitas. When they're not here, they'll probably just rent out the house. They had actually built this pier early on with a boat lift area. We were always wondering what was going to go on, and then I got note that that's what it was. I do have pictures as it's being built, and on some of my older videos, if you look last year, you can see what it looked like then. Here we have open lot. This is actually 2 lots. When I look on my my mapping, it shows it as 2 separate lots, long lots. This is a new pier that's going to be going out. My understanding is that they're going to be putting in a dive shop here. Okay, this is Perla Escondida. I've mentioned this before on some of my videos. So 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, that's unit number 3. That's for sale for $225,000. So you can get other units in here less than 200, and that 2-bedroom, 2-bath, that's a steal. The HOA can vote to switch it to vacation rentals, provided they meet the town requirements. So that's why these are kind of like little hidden gems, because when that does happen, the price more than likely will jump up. They do have a pool inside that's sheltered from the beach. A gate, locking gate. This is Corona Del Mar. This is where they do have the chicken drop at Wahoo's Lounge underneath. I think somebody's getting ready. They're going to have a wedding or some kind of ceremony here. These condos are typically long-term rentals, but they may be short-term rentals also if they're not rented out. I know people that come down and they stay 4 or 5 months there. There's another dive shop there. And you've got a pier there where you can dock your boat if you buy one of these nearby properties. And you've heard me talk about this several times. I've got videos on this. This is Royal Cahal. 5 floors, 22 units. About half of them are sold now. There is still a beachfront unit, this 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath. That is still available at $699. It does have a lockout. Alaya has lockouts also, but there's a much more flexible rental program here at Alaya. So when I say lockout, that means basically you can lock out one of the bedrooms as a studio and rent that out separately while you're still in the other unit. So you have options. You can rent both units out to separate people, or you can rent out one large unit, or you can live in either unit as you rent the other one out if you want to stay longer. And it's flexible. You're not restricted to how many days per year you can stay in your unit. You can also have a small pet. They've got a pool there and a swim bar inside. All these middle rows, the second, 3rd, and 4th floor, those are all 1-bedroom units. The 1-bedroom units, I believe, start at $405,000. They do have penthouses. They have 3-bedroom penthouses on the 5th floor. I believe they have another 3-bedroom on the 4th floor, and I believe that unit can also be rented out as 3 separate units, so you have income from that. This is Marriott Residences. So this is I've taken plenty of pictures of this, but this is going to be the Marriott Residences. You've got Alaya, which is a Marriott property. So I think this will definitely be a game changer for the area. Right now they're scheduled to have meeting rooms, a ballroom, and a casino here. And they've also have an adult pool. They're gonna have an adult pool, which is right there. We see the black concrete curve. They're gonna have a spa on the second floor. So this is gonna be a large, I think it's 100 and, I don't know if it's 127 units, but in this one, the owners are gonna keep several of the units themselves. I think maybe even 60% of them. So there's only limited number of rooms that you can rent out. The studio rooms, I believe, start at 319,000, I believe now, and they're around 450 or 460 square feet. And those are basically studio rooms, so I think they may have a small refrigerator and maybe a small microwave in them. I think what's key now for this property is that the new water taxi, you see the crane there, the Belize Water Taxi Express is building a new pier, and they're going to be moving down here, so when people do use the water taxi, they're walking distance to the hotel if they stay here, Royal Cahal, or any of these units down this side of the beach. And even the yacht club, which is up north. I think they're going to probably store all their boats here. They've been working on this for a couple of years now, but it's all concrete pilings. It's pretty solid. I believe this is the area. The ballroom is over where you see those beams going up. I think that's the ballroom's over in that area. I believe this is an entrance area on the Coconut Drive side. They're gonna have like an indoor restaurant and then an indoor-outdoor restaurant here. And then over here, I think these are all gonna be, those are all gonna be units going up to 5 floors. This is gonna have five floors. I believe the pool is gonna, the other pool is gonna be over in this area. And of course, you'll have loungers and they'll have decking there. If anybody, I mean, I have old floor plans. I don't know if they've changed. I don't think that they have, but if you need that information, contact me. I can show you what I have. But they're moving they're moving pretty hard on this. But we'll see. You know, right now the timeline is, I believe, fall of 2025 that they're saying they're going to be finished. So you kind of have to wait and see sometimes, but that's the plan. This is what will probably be Crazy Canucks. It kept the name because the owners owned the name. Rob and Krista went and took the crab races up to Naughty Crab in Boca del Rio. But it'll be nice to have a beach bar down south. Once again, this is the new water taxi terminal. I'm not sure what that concrete building is for, except for maybe they're going to have more shipments coming in and having storage for all that. The little check-in office is right here, I believe. But yeah, I don't know, maybe they're gonna put, that might be commercial, to where they rent out areas for food and soda and drink and things like that. But they're working on it. Water's pretty clear right now. Fairly shallow. You can go out there, you can go out 100 feet and you're only in 2 feet of water. They will probably dredge part of this to get the boats in there. One thing about this island, Ambergris Key, is it's very shallow. So if you have a boat, I think you don't want to be drafting more than 4 feet, because it's pretty shallow around here with the reefs and everything else. So you boat lovers need to make sure you verify that. If you've got something that sits low down, you might only have a few places where you can pull your boat up to a pier. You may have to moor it out in the water or tie up to something out there, which they do have in certain spots of the island, particularly downtown. Okay, we are now coming up on Isla Bonita Yacht Club. There's also a dive shop right here. I've actually been out with them. Ambergris, is it Ambergris Divers? I can't remember. I've got a t-shirt, but I've been out with them. Good dive company. Most of the dive companies here are pretty good. So Isla Bonita Yacht Club has a pool right there in the main common area. This building is actually for sale. There's 2 bedrooms, 2 one-bedroom units on the bottom, and then a combined 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom unit up top. These were originally sold as duplexes. All these houses were eventually duplexes, one on the top and one on the bottom. On some of these, what they've done is they've actually reapplied for strata for the separate bedroom above, and so they've separated them. So instead of a duplex, it's single units. This one here is for sale. It actually is still duplex. So you've got a unit on the top, unit on the bottom. I think they're about maybe 450 square feet each, maybe a little bit smaller. That whole building is for sale for $799. So basically you're getting 3 units there because they've combined the top unit to make it larger. All right, so now we've got a bit of a walk. We have a lot of private homes here and then some empty space. These are actually condos, but nothing's on the market right now. They were originally part of the yacht club, but somehow they did break away. So these units here don't actually have HOAs, but we had one for sale many years ago, about 4 years ago. But I don't know if it ever sold. It just got taken off the market. So you have a lot of areas where there is a little bit of a beach to hang out. And they're open to public. I mean, Kingsland, I don't know if many people have heard of that, but there's a law in Belize where the beaches are public. So anywhere from the high water line, 66 feet in, is open to the public. Now, even though you have some of these resorts where there's not a lot of beachfront, they can put their chairs out there and you can't use their chairs, but they can't stop you from laying out a blanket and enjoying the beach as long as you're within that 66 feet. It used to be called Queensland, but as the Queen is no longer with us, it's called Kingsland. There's a new reigning person in England. So this used to be the Island Academy location. Many of you know that's where kids send their school. I think it's more of those are private school. A lot of expats go to that school, but they've moved their location to Mahogany Bay Village over in that area. This was, I believe, for sale at one point, but I heard it fell out of escrow. Sometimes things get sold around here and you never see them marketed. You don't see signs. If someone is really interested, contact me. I can find out the whole details. But this is probably the most premium piece of land, vacant land in town. So it would be a pretty penny. My estimate, probably at least 3.5 million, if not 4. You remember the building codes now, you can go up 5 stories, and even with permits you can go up higher. So you could get a lot of units in here. I assume that eventually some branded hotel will work a deal with somebody and they'll buy this land. But you never know. Okay, I'll probably speed up the video. Okay, so this is the beginning of Ramon's Village. Tahitian style buildings. They've got a large dive shop, probably one of the largest with dive boats. Oh, there's a ray in the water, you can see. Let's see. You can see all kind of things when you walk along the beach. A lot of the guys clean their fish here and they throw stuff in the water, so these guys know to come around looking for scraps. Of course, you got the pelicans out there too. So it looks like he's cleaning fish now. I've gone out diving with these guys, good dive boats, large dive boats. I've taken them down to Turneth. I didn't actually do the Blue Hole, but I've done a lot of the dives around there, Half Moon Key. I'll probably do the Blue Hole in the next 4 months. I got a new dive computer. Got a nice area to hang out. They've got Pineapple's restaurant right there. They've got a small little pool, but they keep their beach where you can walk in. A lot of people can get in the water here. As the erosion occurs, they've got a machine that will pump up sand and water, and they just let the water drain out to refill the beach. That's how they do it here. Okay, this is the Palms right here. These are condominiums, but I don't believe there's any for sale right now. There was one for sale a couple of months ago, so I don't think I've seen it on the market, so it may be gone. I can't remember if these are one bedrooms or not. I'll have to look at my notes. You do have people along the beach selling their crafts. This is the Belizean Reef condominiums. These are one bedroom condominiums. So that top floor, I believe that's unit 4. That's a one bed, one bath, and I believe it's priced at, is it $299? I think it might be $299 also. Looking at my notes. Yeah, not sure, but I think it's $299. Oh, it's $289. That's what it is, $289. So this is the narrowest part of the beach. Just let it be known during high tide, or if you have high winds and you're trying to walk this way, that you could possibly get your feet wet. They do have a little bit of a rock break, but if the waves are coming in and it's high tide, then you can either go around the street, or just take off your flip-flops and braze the channel. Back when I moved here 5 years ago, the sand was up to the seawall level, so it was an easy ride across. But as time has gone on, this has eroded, and the owners have not really refilled the land, the beach. And this is our last stop on the Southern Beachwalk tour. This is Diamante. They've got A, B behind that, C, and then D behind that. And then they've got a new building going up, E. So there's still, I believe, D1 and D2, first and second floor in the back. You see the lady through the window, the door. Those are $550 for the first floor, and that's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. $575 for the second floor. And then on the new construction, they're a little bit further back. I believe they start at $537 and they go up from there. Certainly, the better the view you have, probably the better the unit. They have added this jacuzzi in the last, I guess it's been there a year now. They've got a nice pool. It lights up really nice at dark, when it's dark, with LED lights. So that's basically that part of this part of the tour. If you have any questions, Nate in Belize, just send me an email, and hope you're having a good day. Take care.